And we're live.
Yeah, I like horror.
Did you like Midsummer?
Which one's that?
That's the one with the Swedish cult.
Swedish cult.
I'll have to see.
The two people, like the old people on the rock. Fuck, that was good.
No, I haven't seen this. Is it in Swedish?
No, it's not. It's the guy that did Hereditary. You've seen that?
Yeah, I like Hereditary.
Same guy. So like same vibes. Or you're like, yeah. This is there's a documentary on Dune and what it was supposed to be, and it's a really sick documentary.
Huh.
This is a good horror movie. It's called The Taking of Deborah Logan.
I've scrolled past that 100 times, and maybe I'll watch that one if I can't fall asleep. Well, I can never fall asleep right after this.
It's one of those movies that's really creepy for like the first. I'm gonna guess it's 90 minutes long, so it's like really creepy for 65, 75 minutes. And then the last 15 minutes, it's just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh no.
You know what I liked, and I usually don't. Usually a horror movie, like sequels suck, and I know this movie got panned and people hated it. I thought Sinister 2 was pretty good.
It was fine.
Like it was creepy enough. It was spooky enough. You know, I don't mind jump scares. I feel like it's a little lazy. If it's all jump scares, then I don't like that because it feels.
Yeah, they got to be mixed in.
But if they sprinkle those in tactfully, jump scares can be real good.
The Babadook, for whatever reason, for whatever reason, that really, really fucked me up. I literally didn't finish it because I was just like tired of being frightened.
I hate that kid, eh? Do you hate that kid?
I hated the kid.
I hated the kid so much.
But
screaming in the backseat of that car, I was just like, God, I hope the Babadook. I want the Babadook to win.
That got me. Yeah,
we're going to Lowe's. I'm rolling the windows up, and I'm going lumber shopping. Hang out in the back seat for 3 to 5 hours. That kid would have to go.
Babadook was good. I think the first time I saw it, I was a little disappointed it wasn't scarier because you had talked it up like it was going to be the big baddest one ever. But
scared me.
I watched it a second time, and well, this was still a long time ago, but it was really good the second time too.
It was not long after Wings of Redemption had moved out of my house, so I was still living in the basement, and it was kind of scary down there. And I just remember and we were high, and all the lights were out, and the house was completely quiet, and completely blacked out. And I just remember that Babadook opens the door and starts crawling on the ceiling, and the woman is under the covers, and she lowers the covers and looks up, and it's on the ceiling right above the fucking bed, and it drops on her. And that's where I paused it. I changed it to fucking Netflix, and I was like, we're done here. And she's like, thank God.
Oh no, you gotta finish. Have you seen what was this one? Insidious?
Yeah, it's good.
I like that one. Insidious.
Is that the one with what's that guy's name? God damn it! I can't
think of the end.
Darth Maul guy, isn't it?
I think you'd feel differently about
Ethan
that whole
Hawke
movie, Kyle, if you got to the end of it, because they really put a bow on it and explained things that
it was her depression or some shit like that being manifested.
You're close.
Or
yeah.
The Boy was good. Did you ever see The Boy? I thought that was such an under the radar movie that I never heard of, and I caught it on Netflix.
Another one I've scrolled past. You liked it?
Boy, it was really like, if you don't know how that ends, that's a good one. And they have The Boy 2 coming out soon. But I would recommend that because it was one of those ones where like I didn't know it was going to be good, and I was like, how have I not seen it? I must be shit. And I put it on, and then I'm like, kind of like, why didn't anyone tell me to watch this?
I like The Taking of Deborah Logan a lot because essentially what it is, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm going to give you like the basic premise. This lady has Alzheimer's, and her daughter is allowing this film crew to come document her mother's Alzheimer's because the payday that they'll get from allowing this film crew to come will allow her to help with her mother's assisted living, essentially. And weird stuff starts happening in the house, and you're viewing through the literal lens of that film crew who is documenting the Alzheimer's. And you know, in movies when like scary shit starts happening and you're like, I'd have been gone.
Yeah.
I'd have fucking left. Well, one of the guys in the film crew is like, fuck this shit. Fuck you. Fuck this job. And fuck all of you. As a matter of fact, fuck the old lady. Fuck this creepy house. I'm out. And she's like, how are we going to finish the film without you? He's like, I don't fucking care. I'm not dealing with this crazy shit. He gets in his fucking car. He leaves. You never see him again. And I was like, shit, is this real?
See,
Is this fucking real?
I love that addition to it because that makes it feel more real.
Yeah.
Where one person leaves and then, whoever's in charge of the job, well, this makes it doubly important for the rest of us to take it seriously. Let's buckle down. That would always happen. It's like,
hello, my name
we're in
is
this foreign cabin we found. I found a goat head nailed to a post and it's Satan's my friend. And it's like, well, that's really interesting. You want to spend the night? It's like, no, I don't. Another good one. I was just looking on Google trying to remind myself of all the horror I've watched. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Have we talked about that one before?
I haven't seen that.
It's a real fucking good. It's a creepy. I won't spoil anything, but an unidentified female corpse comes in, and it's real to a morgue, not walked in, like brought in on a.
I follow.
Yeah, and the mortician and like his son / assistant start working on it, and basically it's just a series of fucking really creepy. There's a couple jump scares, but it's mostly like a slow, creepy burn. It's really good. I liked that one. And then have you seen Oculus, the one with the mirror?
I don't know. I usually skip the ones that have like a premise like that. Dude,
Haunted Mirror sounds retarded, right? That's what I thought when I started it because I love chintzy, terrible horror movies as much as I do the good ones. I just like horror movies. Yeah. And I started that one with the idea in my head of like Haunted Mirror, fucking perfect. This is going to be like that horror movie Shrooms. It's absurd. I don't even think they had that on Netflix.
Zombievers.
Yes, it's going to be like Zombievers. And then get like half an hour in. It's
that
like,
chick's titties and Zombievers.
Scary. Yeah, Oculus is fucking creepy.
But the scariest movies that I've ever seen are both have the same. It's about what I'm afraid of, right? Like I'm not saying they're the scariest movies ever. They're the movies that scared me the most because of what I'm actually afraid of. I'm afraid of alien abduction. And as a kid, I used to watch a lot of X-Files, and I used to watch a lot of Unsolved Mysteries. And there would always have these like alien abduction like plot lines. And it's basically like you're going to be kidnapped and tortured by these horrific looking beings. And then nobody's going to believe you. And you'll be, and maybe if you're lucky, they'll erase your memory. And they're just going to keep coming and doing it over and over. And no one's going to believe you. Best case scenario, everyone thinks you're crazy. And that was just so terrifying to me. And the two movies that I watched that like exemplify it perfectly. One of them, Fire in the Sky.
I knew it. Yeah, that fucked me up as a kid, man.
It's so scary. It's based on. Look, you can do some reading on the backstory of it and the what word am I looking for? Validity. The validity of that story. And it's based on a true story. I know that guy passed several lie detector tests regarding what he claims happened to him, and his friends all agree that there was a light in the sky. He disappeared, and the authorities were searching for him for several days before he was found again, naked. And that movie is terrifying. Like seeing what happens.
I was thinking about that hot needle thing going to the eye. Do you remember that? It was like a hot, spiky needle.
Yeah.
It just used to freak me out as a kid. I was like, yo, these aliens are going to fucking stick needles in my eye and suck my dick and eat my ass.
Yeah. They're going to put that weird goop down my throat. There's a part where he's like laying he's laying on the table and they take this like vacuum seal him to the table with like this latex shit, and they sort of cut holes in the latex as they need to access a body part. So at first he's like suffocating because it's over his face, and they like cut a hole in it. So and he's like, and the alien immediately takes a handful of what looks like brown jello and just slops it into his mouth. And it's just like, fuck, what is that? What's the brown jello for? It's just awful shit. And then the other one, also alien abduction, and it's The Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich. And I don't know, something about that fucked me up, man.
Fourth Kind, I feel like I saw that a long time ago. I don't know, or maybe I haven't.
It came out around 2006. Oh, okay. I was thinking 2006, but
2009 is around 2006. You got it right.
Honestly, really though, 2005, 2009 is the exact same shit.
It scared me real bad. There's a lot of like that thing where they warp people's faces. And there's a lot of, and there's this part, it's basically this community, I want to say in Alaska, where I think the woman does that like memory regression therapy stuff. She has all these patients with this same recurring dream. Oh, even talking about it's creeping me out, man. Like
the kind you're talking about?
Yeah, their dream is that there's a big white owl outside. A white owl. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. Man, it's creeping me out. It's like, because I'm picturing it. The white owl is outside their bedroom window, and they're all like lying on her couch telling her this. Like she keeps hearing the same thing. And what it I won't spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it because I'm gonna watch this one. I'm always looking for
again. Some
Taylor,
people. There's some people who think
real life PKA, and you don't show up outside his window in that. I'll be so disappointed.
I would love to do that.
You will get yelled at so loud.
He's making a no gun joke.
Well, that's the only way I would feel safe to do it.
I will yell at you so loud.
And we need to set it up, Woody, so when he runs in the other room to get you, and then you go, "What's see where Taylor is?" You go in there, and I'll have run in by that time. Laying in the bed. What's going on? I'm not in an owl outfit.
That gif I linked is from one of the movies that I suggested. I won't tell you which.
I've seen this.
I don't think I have.
I've definitely seen this scene.
Oh, I've seen this also. Where have I seen this?
That's hard to look at.
Meh.
It's hard to look at.
I love that. Where is this from? I've seen this.
It's from The Taking of Deborah Logan.
Oh, maybe I have seen that.
Yeah, me too. I'm thinking I've seen that now.
This looks familiar. Yeah, the guy in the wall eating.
No, it's that's a woman eating a child head first.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I have. Yeah, I'll watch it again. Whatever. This looks really familiar though.
It's fucked.
I think
Maybe I was like fucking drunk when I watched it.
I would really like another Freddy movie.
Nah.
I know we revisited it before, and we didn't like doing that. But I think it's been a long time, like enough time. I happen to like and enjoy the movie. Just one time going to see it. The Problem Child, the fucking Child's Play. I was okay with that movie. I think horror movies, I go in, I spend $10, I watch this movie, and I leave. And was I like, fuck that? Or was I like, whoa? There was some moments
I didn't watch the new Child's Play because they changed it from being the soul of a serial killer,
which was like the best part too.
Which was the best part to it being a defective toy.
But I think wait, but I'll be honest with you guys. I think there was it's because of if it was trademark issues. It's the guy that made Child's Play, and it has Chucky in it, but there were elements of the story, which is why it was called Child's Play, but there's another one called Chucky because they're different, like they split into two kind of. Like the guy that made Child's Play, he sold off the rights of Chucky and everything or whatever with it. So like Chucky went, which is, I don't think they called him Chucky in the newest movie. And like the whole Chucky trademark is held by a different company now.
No.
So they're
should have made it then.
I know what you mean. Like, I know sometimes I'm just like I'm, you know what? I'm kind of like, take the shot. If you fucking miss, you fucked up and you missed it. But like, I'm okay that they try. Like that Ghostbusters movie where there was all girls. I wasn't mad that they made it. I was just like, well, it sucks.
Mad that it was bad.
And it was bad. But like, fuck, it didn't make Ghostbusters, my movies, worse because this existed, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Ghostbusters 2 was bad as well.
I think
I'm surprised you're disappointed by the Chucky movie thing. Like, I've only seen the original Chucky, but it was just awful.
I've seen most of them. I just didn't watch the remake.
I rewatched the first Chucky movie a lot, even growing up as a kid, because I fucking loved the beginning. But after that, I like the other movies better. Chucky's like a character. But I always watched that first one because as a kid, I thought the black magic was so cool and putting himself into the doll was so cool. But I couldn't
look at it anymore.
Oh, you bumped it? Yeah,
I deleted it. I didn't want to look at it anymore. That GIF is just repeating.
Thought that Chucky wasn't scary enough. Like 17-year-old Woody could beat a little doll with a knife. Yeah, right? Like it's like being attacked by fucking, I don't know, gerbils
A
or
doll.
something, right?
A
doll, right? But like I don't care how psychotic and murderous this gerbil is. I'm going to win. I'm huge by comparison. The doll didn't have super strength. It was what? Sneaky? I don't know. Like
sneaky. It was sneaky, and it had a fucking butcher's knife.
Yeah,
but what you get lost in that thing is sneakiness only lasts for one time. If you're walking around and you go, oh fuck, that thing's walking around, it's got a knife. I will never be snuck up on by that thing again, ever. Nope. I will put enough distance between myself and that with a 1 minute jog that it's insurmountable for that thing. It'll never find me again.
You see, the reason that Chucky doesn't frighten me a bit is the same reason that the alien abduction movies scare the fucking shit out of me.
Okay,
because
no one would believe you.
That's part of why they're scary. But what I'm getting at is that I'm not afraid of Chucky. If there was a real Chucky, bring him on.
And there isn't, right? The alien thing.
Fuck that doll up.
Maybe
some people act like they know, but maybe is a great answer. Maybe, right? Mm-hmm. Dolls that come to life and get murdered. That's bullshit. That's not a thing.
Look, I would snatch Chucky up and throw him in the oven, and we'd have a good old. There'd be a great fucking Reddit clip that I'd record while I melted his ass alive.
Mock him through the window.
I'd mock him through the windows as he melted alive.
No, he's so not scary that like if I grabbed him and in a panic, threw him in my oven and closed it, I would have the foresight to be like, I'm gonna have melted plastic all over my oven. It's an enormous. You know what? I'm just gonna burn him in the yard. Like, if it's that level of introspection in a moment of terror, it's not that scary.
I did always think that, not always, but once I saw Dream Warriors and knew it was a thing, I was always like, bro, Freddy, like, you're not Jason. Jason, you catch me sleeping, I'm fucking bent backwards in half. Or you catch me getting a hand job in the woods, I'm getting my head cut off. 100% Jason's got me. But Freddy, bro, you want to come in here? Like, we're sucking dick together, bro. Our dads. You got issues, bro. You don't want to come in here. You're not coming out the same Freddy. Like, this is the battleground. My
think you're scarred now.
Like, bro, we're going to fucking, like, I'm going to make you come. Freddy's going to wake up from a wet dream if he ever fucks with me. Like, I'll be like, bro, I'm going to fuck. He's like, you can't hurt me. I'm like, I'm not going to hurt you. I'll make you come. Yeah. You're going to question your sexuality when you wake up. You're going to be like, whoa.
I'm gonna fuck you till you love me.
Burned and shitty. Like his
and I'm gonna wake, and because if you get busted in your mouth in your dreams, it happens in real life. So I'm gonna wake up and be like, if you're gay in your dreams, you're gay for real. But like Freddy, like ever since I saw Dream Warriors, I'm like, oh, you could do that. He's just better at it than you. That's like when you got to go into your dreams, you got to start training. You got to be like, I got to do the shit that's so fucked up. Freddy's going to be fucked up. And yeah, like sucking his dick is the craziest thing you could do to Freddy.
Oh, that burnt, scabby
exactly, dick. Bro. It's like a soggy breakfast sauce.
I bet his cum tastes like smoky barbecue sauce.
You know,
it tastes like the back of
you're winning me over.
It's like when you go to Sonny's and that one bottle just says smoky.
You know, of all those like series, like the Jason, the Freddy, the one that I like the most, and it's not as big as these other two, is Hellraiser. Like,
no, Pinhead.
Jason doesn't pull me in.
We need that more. We need that more. You're
like,
right.
I never have nightmares. I rarely, like, I just never get nightmares. If I have dreams, they're just stupid, and you know. But I think that's why
what are they called? The Cenobites? What are
they're the Cenobites?
Cenobites. Yeah, and I watched like all of the Hellraiser.
I will show you such horrors.
Yeah, Hellraiser's sick. It's way better than Jason and Freddy. Freddy sucks. At least Jason's better than him.
No, I think Freddy's awesome. Freddy's great, but like, I'm not scared of Freddy. Pinhead is the scariest.
Yeah.
Pinhead, like Jason's gonna fucking snap my neck. Cool, I'm dead. Freddy's gonna be in your dreams and you're gonna wake up dead. Whatever. You still died in your sleep. Pinhead comes. I'm like, oh, now I'm gonna be tortured until the end of time.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Remember when they pulled the skin off?
Yeah, with all those hooks, and it's just
remember when he twisted the two security guards together and made them into one being?
Oh, with CDs.
The Hellraiser movies are sick.
Yes, he murdered the person with all the CDs. It was the early 90s. They were cool.
That scene. What does he say? He comes in and it's like the priest is there in the church. He has a line there.
I've got a hot track for you.
It's
No, I don't
such a
know.
fucking line.
Yeah,
But Pinhead is crazy, and I really, really want a Hellraiser, a new one, a good one.
I get behind that.
What's his name? The guy that did it. You can still get him. He's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still alive. I'm looking for some of his quotes because I'm thinking some of his all of his quotes are awful. It's like the
Oh, there's a lot of directors.
no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
Yeah.
We have
his
such
voice is
sights
so
to
scary.
show you.
Yeah.
We'll tear your soul apart. This isn't for your eyes. And the suffering, the sweet, sweet suffering. Yeah. Pinhead is one of the scariest things. I've told the story before, but when I was in the 5th grade, so I'd have been like 10 or 11, me and my buddy Brad was going to spend the night at my house. And we went to the video warehouse, the local video rental place. And my mom was like, yeah, get 3 they had one of those deals, like get 3 movies for $10 or something for like a 2-day rental. And I threw Hellraiser Bloodline into the mix, which is like the worst Hellraiser movie, but that's irrelevant. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th one.
Dude, they're all so gory and over the top. I'm entertained by all of them.
Yeah, well, Hellraiser Bloodline does this thing where they show you how the box was created, and they skip through 3 different timelines, and they go from like Renaissance to our time to like space, and throughout that time, the same bloodline of the box creator is trying to destroy the box and end Pinhead forever, and we came out of my bedroom when it was time to eat dinner, and my mom had made, those Chef Boyardee like boxes of pizza where you get like the dough and the little sauce can and everything. That was my favorite as a kid. I loved that shit. And she had made that for us. And me and Brad are sitting there looking at our like slices of Chef Boyardee pizza, and we're just not touching it. and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I was just like, "We watched a scary movie."
that was the first Hellraiser I saw, though. That was the first one I ever saw.
That was the first one that I saw too.
That made me pursue, and then I went and I rented the first one, and I thought I was like, yo, I love horror, I love scary. I rented the first one, and the body being created in the attic was such an old style of horror that like I wasn't ready for it yet. It was like shit was still like colorful and pop, like when Bloodlines came out. It was cool and silly effects. This was like so realistic. I was like, how the fuck did they do this?
And
I'm like 9. I'm like, how the fuck did they fucking do this, man?
And it's not like pop out scares over the top. It's like there's a lot of scenes in the Hellraiser movies where it's like, I'm not fully scared right now. I have a feeling of like
apprehension.
This is wrong. It's more a disturbing where you're like, when that guy's body amalgamates out of goo and you see the whole thing coming together, and like,
it doesn't amalgamate out of goo. It amalgamates out of semen, right?
Some bodily fluid. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah. I definitely in the book it's cum.
In the movie, I think it's blood. By the way, I think it's blood.
I think you're right. I think it's blood. The dad cuts his hand on that nail, and it's like a really nasty nail like tear on his hand. The dad coincidentally played Garrick in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. For all you mega nerds out there, you'll recognize the dad from Hellraiser 1, who eventually gets his face torn off and worn by his brother at the end. And then he kisses his niece, like tongue kisses her while wearing her dad's face. Double incest.
Yeah.
That's a Yahtzee.
Oh,
that's a Yahtzee.
Do you know what the scariest moment for me as a kid ever watching horror movies? And probably because I thought I was so good, and this came after Hellraiser, and I thought I was a fucking pro. So I sat in movie rental places trying to find movies that will scare the shit out of me. And I rented one, and it was so fucking boring, and I didn't think it was scary. And the final image of the movie was so fucking scary. The movie was Sleepaway Camp. And I've seen
that. The 1983 version? Yeah, I've seen that.
fuck. The whole movie's about, spoiler alert, the whole movie's about these two kids, a boy and a girl, go and one of them dies in this accident early on. So you watch this whole movie where you're watching this little girl and you don't know who the killer is, and people are showing up dead. And then you find out at the end of the movie, the little girl is the killer, but she was a guy.
And you see his dick.
They show her standing there with her hairy dick, his hairy dick, and the knife, and this frozen face that if you could pull up the picture, as a kid, it was not even about anything else. It was just this image.
Why does her face look like that?
So funny you brought that up. I watched that movie for the first time a week ago.
There's a dick in it.
The face looks like that because it's a guy's body with the girl.
The fuck does her face look like that for?
Bro, imagine
Link, even for me.
yeah.
Link. Oh yeah. So basically, she is the shy. You can't show that obviously, but the shy, like, it doesn't look like you're gonna watch it, Kyle. So I'll go ahead and spoil it. It's from 1983. So basically, like, she's this quiet little girl the whole time, and there's mysterious deaths and things occurring, and there's a lot of people that look like they should be responsible. And there's this one guy. This is the last person you expect the entire fucking movie until about the last 20 minutes, and then you're like, nothing's been wrapped up. It's going to be that creepy ass bitch. But yeah, that scene at the end, it is really scary. It gives you a dropping feeling.
Oh, that's a nice tuck job she's got there. I'm looking at her in a bikini earlier.
No, it's not.
I know it's not a real dick.
Well, sometimes the things you say and believe make me question.
No, this is a real male body with the mask on top. They swap it. You're going to see there's a picture where it looks more like the girl, and that's the girl, where they do a shot from up top, and then from there it goes to the wide, and this wide shot, even the face she's making is weird. And as a kid, then you see the dick, and you're like, "What the fuck did this mean?" Like, it was like, you're like, "What the fuck happened?" You're like, "Why does she have a dick?" You're not thinking that the kid died. You're not connecting these dots. You're just a kid, and you're like, "Whoa, this person's fucked up." You're kind of like, do I know girls with dicks? What's happening? You're like, she was quiet the whole, like, it just really, you didn't expect it. It's always so clear cut. It's like it's Freddy Krueger, and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch," and you're like, haha, or and this one, it just shows you this image, and I was just like, me and my friends are like, and it ends and the credits roll. We were both like we were kind of like abused, like we were like sexually assaulted in the eyes.
Dude, you're right, because that movie is tremendously milquetoast and not scary for the first 1 hour and 27 and a half minutes. And then in the last 35 seconds, you get all that. And it's like, oh, wow, they're really building for a big, they're edging for a cum.
Maybe that's too much edging.
It's way too much edging. I wouldn't rewatch the movie, but that last scene is very disturbing.
Yikes.
So.